Hi everyone, this is Vishen Lakiani, and this is the second video in our wealth series. It's a continuation of the first video where we spoke about energy blockages to wealth. Now in this video it's going to get a little bit more interesting. We're going to give you an idea of exactly what we mean by an energy block. And with me I have Christie Marie Sheldon. What I've seen Christie do is something unlike I've seen anything anyone does. Christie is an energy healer, but she focuses not on clearing the body's energy towards health. She does that, but her main focus is in working with one's wealth energy. Christie, give us an idea of exactly what it is that you do when it comes to clearing energy blockages.
Well, basically my unique gift and talent is I can look at anybody's energy and notice where there's a little density or the temperature feels a little different. You know, my skills are very honed in that I can sense differences in things. And I go into the energy and I ask, what is that? And I literally will hear in my head whatever the belief is or block that's stopping somebody. So I can actually look through somebody's body and usually see their whole history of what's going on with them and why it's there and how it got there and at what age.
And that's really interesting because I just experienced Christie doing, for lack of a better word, a reading on me. And she picked up on things about me and my business and the way I view things, which you would not normally have known. And at certain points I was kind of dumbstruck. And she was able to pick up on points about my beliefs in terms of wealth, abundance, the way I view my business, the way I view employees, and things holding me back. And again, most of these things you would have no way of knowing. So for me, it was kind of weird seeing you pick up on these personal things I don't normally even share with my closest friends. But you were right in many ways, and you were able to point out certain aspects of how I view the world that was, to some degree, limiting the growth of my business. And as a result, the amount of money I was taking back home. So here's the big question. How exactly are you doing this stuff?
Well, I actually believe I've trained other people to do it, so I actually believe that other people can do what I do. And how do I do it? It's just basically taking, we have more than 5 senses, and my willingness to know the truth about anything. So I think it's number one, it's my willingness to know the truth about anything and my willingness to really look and see what's up.
And how did you get started in this field?
Well, an interesting thing, I was like one of those little girls, I'd go to the library actually praying for truth because what I was seeing around me wasn't really feeling very honest. I grew up in a parochial school, and so, you know, when they're telling us that we're evil and we're like only little kids, I'm thinking, wow, something's not right here. And so I would literally pray to know the truth about things, and I would always be guided to this little section in my library where it had astrology books and kind of new age, you know, things in the little small town that I grew up in. But when I left town around 20 years old, I actually again prayed to know the truth, and literally a book fell off a bookshelf, and it was a Silva mind control book. And I remember the energy clear as a day. I picked up the book and I go, holy crap, this is the truth. And I took a class right away. Now what happened for me is I actually manifested a lot of things rather quickly, and I didn't have a guidepost to tell me, hey, maybe that's not ethical, because I thought, wow, everything I'm asking for is working. Like I increased how much I was making on a daily basis, like 4-fold, 5-fold, 6-fold, like really within months. And so I shut it down, and I didn't really open it back up. About 10 years later, you know, 10 years later I really said, you know, I really want to do something different with my life and really help, and, you know, universe show me what that would be like. What exactly
were you doing back then?
Well, I actually, in doing the Silva, I actually had manifested a lifestyle that most people would only really dream of. I mean, I could walk out my door. What I was doing was living a lifestyle that was really cool. I could travel all over the world. I had private planes, Rolls Royces, Ferraris, 3 houses.
But how are you earning that money? I mean, career-wise, what exactly did you do?
I was helping, I was with my partner, my fiance at the time, and we were growing a company. So that's what we were doing, yeah.
That's amazing. So you've actually been there. You're not just someone who works with people who are looking to expand their wealth. You are phenomenally successful when it comes to building businesses.
Yeah, so I've been around, the building of 4 businesses. Wow. And then I later on generated and built my own. So.
Now, why the focus on abundance energy? Because I know there are many kinds of healers, but you particularly tend to focus on people who are looking to make a jump in terms of their wealth abundance. Why that focus?
You know what, if half the people end up divorced and a lot of their main complaints is money, right? I mean, how freeing is it if you don't have the cash to go do whatever it is you want? There's a lot of good people who say, well, if I had plenty of dough, what I would really do is go do this. But because they don't have the plenty of dough, they don't go do that. And so my whole thing is, you know, if we're really infinite beings, spiritual beings, why can't we actually just really generate the quality of life that we really want and use it for whatever you want, you know, hopefully for the good.
What you're going to see next is actually actual sessions that Christie is having with different people. You're going to see exactly what she does when she's helping someone lift their barriers for abundance and to have more wealth flow in.
Okay, so we're gonna muscle test the business and see if you can actually generate that kind of income.
Great. Okay.
All right. So think of the name of your company.
Sparks. Yeah.
Okay. So think yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Think no, no, no.
No, no, no.
Okay. So now we have you calibrated. So no means it's not going to happen. All right. So think my energy can generate $1 million plus income through Sparks this year.
My energy can generate $1 million plus income through Sparks this year.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Now I'm going to track through your energy why that is. Okay. So I'm going to put your arm down.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing I noticed, because when you put that energy in you, I noticed where all your blocks and patterns are.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I noticed is in your heart. So if I go into your heart and I ask, why is that? I hear because you don't believe it. That's number one. And number two, because you had some prior dealings with people that in business that kind of sucker punched you, and those are resonating in your pattern. And if we don't clear those, then you know it's going to be a lot of extra effort to build your business instead of being on the path where everything just kind of opens up.
All right.
Okay, so is it okay if I pull that energy out?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it won't hurt, and you might feel it, and you might not. Everybody's a little different. So I just see layers upon layers of beliefs. Okay. The very core belief right there was around 2.5 years old, watching your mother's energy deal with money. Okay, so your mother, did she have stress about money that you were aware of?
Honestly, I don't know. At that point, I don't know.
Okay.
Definitely when we moved here, yeah, but not at that point.
Okay, all right. So now, because your energy is lighting up, I'm seeing heart, and it goes up into your throat. Your throat is all about communicating your mission, what you want to do in your life and do in the world. You know how sometimes there's resistance to getting things done? It's actually our pattern. What I'm seeing when I'm looking at you is your energy all behind the whole head, your head and neck just kind of opened up so that the creative energy can flow through you more. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, so I think there's a little bit more, but let's just test it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so think of your company.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Okay, no. Okay, so that goes weaker. Okay, so I'm able to generate this year through Sparks $1 million plus in income.
I'm able to generate this year through Sparks $1 million plus in income.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'm pushing actually harder than I was the very first time. So you're strong on this. Okay, so it's in your heart. There's a core belief that I can't be on my own and make more than X amount of money. So you do have a belief about that. Now, there's a stuck place from your heart to your root. Like our root is how we ground ourselves into the world and make things happen. That says I'm personally responsible to so many people. And there's a place where you don't like being responsible to over a certain amount of people. Okay, so let's just clear that. If you're going to grow a big business, you need to be responsible.
That's true, because I have 40 employees and we really care about them, and it's a lot of responsibility. And I worry about something happening and I can't take care of them and pay their salaries.
So if somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I want you to coach me, you can go, yeah, give me, show it up. All right, so the reason you think it's delayed, the pattern runs on the right side of your body, and it's about stepping forward, being your authentic self, and not hiding behind like a business, like a corporation or a business that I work for. We think it's like the career block could be money or how much we can do. No, it seems like you've worked a little bit on how much you can earn and things like that, but no, it's about standing up for yourself. Okay, yeah. See, a lot like in your heart energy, it looks like a couple of times you decided you wanted to do something and then you held yourself back and you didn't do it.
No, for sure, yeah.
So many people in the spiritual movement have a slight disdain for money. Is that correct? And if it's not correct, which I sense that's what you're saying, why do we have this dichotomy in our view?
Let's just go down to the level of beliefs, okay? If you have a belief that rich people are greedy, let's just say, that's one belief. What you're actually really saying is there's only a limited amount of wealth in the whole world, and I can't have that. So you got a lot of counter beliefs there going, I can't have it, there's only a limit, which truthfully there's an unlimited amount of wealth that can be generated, right? And we can all partake in that. I think it's just bad programming and bad training that somehow have been infiltrated into society. Nowadays it's safe to have plenty of money and be a good person. See, money doesn't change who the person is. They're either good people or they're not so good people.
Money is simply a multiplier. It multiplies you whether you do good in the world or whether you do bad in the world.
Well, one of the main blocks is literally how much we can receive. Okay, so if you can't receive energy, you can't receive money. Receiving could have its own little trajectory. It could be like, I don't like money, so therefore I can't receive it. Money's, every time we've gotten whacked with money, like we lost money, you could be like, I'm a loser about money, basically. So there's all these different angles about blocks of receiving, which we're going to go through in the wealth program to clear. All the judgments that we have about what money is and isn't. So if we think money is greedy, or that I can't be good enough to have it, like all those series of judgments that have been programmed into us in society, we got to clear all those.
Right, judgments, I understand, are one of the biggest things that hold us back.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
We choose to see things as right or wrong.
Yeah, so it's pretty much, so if money is wrong, it's not going to show up. Okay, so let's start with, is there a particular next step that you want to get to?
Yeah, I want to get my business to the next step where I'm like hitting more bigger audiences, because I feel like part of my goal is to work with lots of people.
The people that can receive the most amount of people in their world actually generate the most amount of money. It's all the choices your mother made to keep you small. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's clear that. It's stuck right here. So your thymus is, the seat of compassion. It's where we hold compassion. So it feels like you have a lot of compassion for others, but sometimes you don't let yourself receive. But if we open up your whole energy field, then you'll be able to receive more people and give them what they actually need. Do you ever notice that you give people more than they need and they can't receive it?
Yeah.
And then do they leave, or do they? Sometimes when you do that, people will leave. Do they leave or do they come back? Or they?
No, they come back.
Okay.
And they kind of are like to suck energy, more energy.
Yeah.
Because they got a high dose of it at first. So they're like, oh man, this is great. I can come back for more, because she'll just give it to me more willingly.
Yeah, so we'll reboot it so that your channels are open, that you can give them tons, but you still receive for yourself. My Madonna makes lots of money. She stands on stage and she receives everybody. So now think, I can receive people who pay me money, over 100 a month.
Something a bit deeper, a bit more challenging, say an abundance block, someone who's stuck in a dead-end job, or who has a company but can't get it beyond a certain threshold. How long before they see results?
A couple different stories pop in my head. I took one multimillionaire who made millions and lost millions 3 times, and he came to me and basically after he saw me, I gave him what direction to go in, cleared his blocks, and now his company is at least worth $500 million. So from an experience of losing 3 times, and then having to start over, that's one example. I have a podcast in there with Faye. She worked with me and she did the 30-day program, and she basically within 30 days she manifested a whole new life with all of her gurus. Like, she was in the business of addiction, and so within the 30 days she started manifesting all these gurus of addiction to actually partner with them and do various businesses.
So I came in a little skeptical about this experience, but it was interesting when she first started clearing, I guess, the energy blockages. I could actually kind of feel things happening. I think for me the aha moment was when I realized that I was probably standing in my own way with regards to being able to grow my company. Just talking through it, I think, was really helpful.
It was awesome. Christie has a way of finding out exactly where the issues were. Everything that she said to me in regards to my parents and what she said about my mother were so accurate. I mean, I could give detailed information based on what she said. There was one point when she was doing the energy, moving the energy, I could actually feel it in my chest. I felt like a tightness in my chest, and then I felt it release.
Well, initially, I was a little nervous because I could feel Christie Marie's energy as she was interviewing other people, and she's a really strong psychic. I really liked how she really could tap in, and I could feel how she could tap into the different areas of my body. That was really amazing. There were several insights that Christie Marie could tap into, and one of them was about keeping myself small, and how I really do take it literally, because there's things in life I do take really literally. So it's like a strict regimen, and so it's great to be able to release that pattern, and she helps me to release it. And I could feel it physically removing from my body, and I could feel my confidence even rising. It was really cool. As a result of this, the changes that I will make in my life is to be more bold and courageous, to take action.
Do you have to work with people one at a time, or can you work with a group of people at one time?
No, I work with groups of people, and it's really interesting. There's something about a group, because you could have like a certain angle of a belief, and I could have a certain angle of a belief, and if we clear it for the group, we clear it for it's like all the 50 angles of everybody get cleared.
So it's actually better if it's done in a group.
Yeah, you get.
It's not that there's a dilution of the energy.
No, not at all. It's everybody's energy contributes, and so to me, it's kind of like a community that gets together, knowing that, wow, we're going to clear all our abundance and we're going to go to the next level.
Wonderful. Now here's the fun part. What you're going to learn next is how you can be part of such a group. Thank you, Christie. So now, how about experiencing it for yourself? On the dates mentioned below, Christie will host an online training session where she'll help you understand more about your abundance mindset and how to repair blocks in it. But what's really got me excited about this session is that Christie will also hold a live group energy clearing session with everyone tuning in, which means when you join us for the session, you'll get to experience the exact same energy clearing process you just saw, but in the comfort of your own home. You'll get to dive deep into yourself and find out exactly what's holding you back from abundance, whether it's a damaging belief about money, or a fear of wealth, or even a subconscious disdain for rich people. And then you'll just sit back and relax as Christie remotely works on your energy field and melts away all those blocks, so you can finally start allowing unlimited abundance into your life. Now, the result may hit you as an epiphany, as an insight, as waking up one morning with a new realization, or it may be a slower process. All I know is that somehow, when Christie's working on energetic blocks, it manifests in your life through some new insight or feeling that suddenly comes to you. Now, thousands of people across the world will be joining us for this session, and I really hope you can join us too. So it's totally free to join in. All you need to do is reserve your spot in the box below this video. Now remember, the training session is happening on the dates mentioned below, so go ahead and reserve your spot right now, and we will see you at the session. Christie and I will be talking to you soon. Thanks for watching.